Everyone, so then I'm Wildy Chia. So this is to record the another tutorial on how to ride the Dualtron Man. And I think a very important thing about riding the Dualtron Man is the stance that you maintain when you ride the Dualtron Man. So here I have a box. Okay, I can't find a better tool to represent the the Dualtron Man wheel well. So basically, I have the front wheel and the rear wheel. So this is the rear wheel. Let's say this is the rear wheel. So I stick my leg in. So I believe that my previous video was not so clear when I did this. So the knee has been bent slightly like this. So you do something like around like 20 degrees. So this part of the leg should rest against the Dualtron Man. And then the posture for the front leg should be this way or this way, right? I think it's really up to you how you prefer. Both are fine for me, right? And how you how you ride the Dualtron Man is that, observe. So I'm also like my left leg. This is the front. It's also slightly bent, and about 10 degrees. So what I do is that I maneuver. I turn the Dualtron Man by, adjusting my front leg, as you can see, this way, or this way, up, down. Right, it's a bit awkward, but when you try to maneuver the Dualtron Man, try not to have big movements like this, because it's really going to be very hard to maneuver, and it can be very difficult to maintain stability. Try to move a bit like this, a bit. Not anything more than 40 degrees, because then you will cause very large instability when you ride the Dualtron Man. So how I would ride the Dualtron Man when in motion, so you go like that, up, and then if I'm turning, I might do like this, up, and then my rear leg would be this way, slightly up, right? And then when I'm turning, let's say to the right, so I'll do this, and then my rear leg, I'll do something like this. Yeah, you get the idea. So it's a bit of a twisting motion. Yeah, like that. Right, of course I'm not riding the Dualtron Man, so it's a bit awkward to show this. But I realized that when you ride the Dualtron Man, you need to, because it's in motion, so it's very hard to capture the foot movement, right? So my rear foot is perpendicular to the Dualtron Man, this way. Right, the wheel well. The front leg, I also noticed that some riders, what they do is that the rear leg is this way, so it's slanted. It's not exactly perpendicular to the Dualtron Man. And then the front leg, for most riders, I realized that they ride perpendicular to the Dualtron Man's frame, right? So, but it's really dependent on habit. But for me, I'm very much used to this style. That means both feet perpendicular to the Dualtron Man body, right? And then when I ride, I prefer to have my leg slightly tilted. The knee slightly resting against the Dualtron Man's body, right? So as you ride, it's very important to get used to tilting your feet like this, right? So there is a it's a bit counterintuitive, because you have to actually balance yourself, and yet at the same time tilt the feet to turn the Dualtron Man. And in fact, turning is considered, in my opinion, an advanced maneuver on a Dualtron Man. Unlike going straight. Going straight is basic, but to turn, in fact, if I can advise people starting out on the Dualtron Man, if you think that it's very hard to turn both feet like that, what you may want to do is that when you're going to turn right or left, you use your front leg. Okay, this way to turn left, this way to turn right. Now, some people, I also notice, what they do is that other than using their leg, they lean their body forward. They lean their body forward or backward to achieve the turning. That's fine also. I mean, it really depends on how you prefer. For me, I prefer to just move my foot, because I have kind of been on Dualtron Man for some months, I think. How long was that? I think about 6 months. So I'm very used to, you know, using my foot up down like that to achieve the turning. Yeah, but for my turning, I try to keep my rear foot constant, and I'll just use my front foot to adjust, right? It's actually quite intuitive once you get used to the balancing. In fact, the most difficult part in riding the Dualtron Man is the balancing, not so much the turning. The turning is just an extension of the, you know, of how you balance the Dualtron Man, right? So I also showed in my earlier video that you should install the pedal extender. The pedal extender enables, you know, this motion to be a bit more easier to execute, right? As I mentioned to you, I mean, if you watch my earlier video, the extender allows you to, with a little bit of motion, achieve turning. And it's a lot easier. I mean, there is less fatigue on the front and rear leg. I mean, the left and rear leg, right? So I hope that this has been informative, and I try to, you know, make a video of myself riding and showing the turning. But then, you know, with the foot inside the wheel well, it's very hard to show the, you know, the movement of the ankle, right? And it's very subtle. You can't really see it, you know, unless, you know, unless you see someone like me, you know, and I do this without riding a Dualtron Man, yeah, right. But even up to now, I think it took me quite a number of months, 6 months to be exact, to achieve a very good balance on Dualtron Man, right? And yeah, so that's my video, right, on turning and using the foot to achieve turning and stability, right? And thank you for watching. And I mean, if you are in Singapore and you would like to learn more, do contact me, and more than happy to share, right? But ride safe and have a great day.